I'm Jocelyn Henderson. I'm a graduate student at Baylor University.
My name is Ross Tarpley, graduated from Truett Seminary.
Visceral knowledge and embodied spirituality transcended the loftiness of traditional Eurocentric theology, and it's developed at length in the work of liberation theologian James Cone. The lyrics of the enormously popular hymn Amazing Grace were composed by John Newton, converted slave trader. The grace of which Newton writes was the grace that saved a wretch like me, not the grace that saves from oppression. Grace for the wrongdoers, not for the victims of that wrongdoing.
Black hymnody was wrested from the mouths of those to whom it belonged and then made vogue on the tongues of the oppressors. There are 10 spirituals listed in the index of the 1975 Baptist hymnal. However, the Southern Baptist Convention did not denounce racism until 1995.
Where Christ is portrayed as male rather than as female or feminine, as master rather than a servant or impoverished, what results is the hymnic tradition of gender, race, and class hierarchy rooted in Greco-Roman societal conventions.
This idea that Christ is male and white and master, these come from the generations, the centuries of the white Christian narrative that have therefore informed and shaped Black hymnody to accept that. Spencer points out these things to say, look, we were handed a tradition that was inherently racist, and so now we have the history of this of these hymns that now are inherently racist, and we're singing them in the white church when all the rest of the hymns are humdrum and not as exciting maybe as the minister of music might want them to be. All of a sudden you throw in a Black song and everyone is up in arms about how amazing it is. But that runs the risk of using Black music as this kind of musical flair every now and then.
When we talk about ethnotourism, I think so often about the churches that use February to highlight music of Black composers. When Black hymnody exists, when there are songs inside of the hymns that are in your pews, hymnals that are in your pews that you could be singing the entire year long. Like, we don't really want to deal with, we don't really want to dismantle, we don't really want to call out racism and work actively to be anti-racist, but we do want to just stick our foot in order to get a little taste of it. And even what you were saying about the spirituals and having them perform so well and people standing up and clapping, that's good because that's not too much. But don't bring a full 4-piece rhythm section band to your church to actually perform what might have been an acoustic version of Every Praise the Sunday before as the song in its original form as a Black gospel song. It might elicit some very different responses. Even, I think about other communities when we talk about this ethnotourism, when we're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, and now we want to sing songs in English and in Spanish, but you have not deemed that as important or special or something that you should be aware of during the rest of the year. Why is it that now you want to talk about or now that you want to speak and sing in these different languages and different tongues? Like, just being careful so as not to make it some tokenized thought.